Hey everybody, this is Nina from the Mike's Opinion podcast. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Mike's off this week. Enjoy this best of episode. It's one of the more popular episodes from a while back. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow on every platform you can. Thank you so much for your support. Without further ado, a best of episode of the Mike's Opinion podcast. Logic Unleashed. You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right, Logic Unleashed. We unleashed the logic. We let it off the chain here. I am Mike and you are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. How you doing? How you doing out there? You doing all right? I hope you are doing well. Coming up next is what I think is a very interesting couple of subjects. One, I'm going to touch on Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast, the JBP show. He just got into some water. And there's a reason why I'm going to talk about Joe. A couple of reasons, actually. And then we're going to go into where's Wakanda? The fictional place. Why isn't it reality? I only see one dude even really trying to bring that to fruition, and that's that kid Akon. We're going to get into all of that coming up. It's going to be an interesting listen. So sit back. Of course, not if you're driving or operating machinery. Don't do that. But I hope you get something from this, like I hope you do all my episodes. Ain't no fluff here. It's all substance. So if you're looking for some bullshit, go someplace else, because this ain't where it's at. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. And I'll be right back. Mike's Opinion Podcast, here I am. And in the introduction, I told y'all what I was going to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. First, the latest with the Joe Budden podcast. Now, I told you there's a couple reasons I'm going to talk about Joe and his crew. You know, you got the boys in the back, you got Ish, and what's the other dude's name? I can't remember the dude's name. My bad. I don't mean no disrespect if y'all end up hearing this. Damn, I can't remember the dude's name. But the other black guy and the white guy, the main dude, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I apologize. I just had a brain fart on that. I apologize. Hopefully I'll remember y'all a little bit later, but no disrespect. You know, the ensemble on this second go run of Joe's podcast, I like, but two main reasons. And I'm not a fronter, right? I keep it 100. This is why I'm bringing up Joe. Joe Budden just got in trouble because he said, he stealthed some bitches. Or one bitch. I don't know. And I don't mean no disrespect when I say bitches. It's a term of endearment. Females. That he faked like he was putting on a condom. And he didn't put on a condom when he was smashing. Okay. I'm not really here to get into the specifics of that. Is that fucked up? Perhaps. Okay, going raw dog against a woman's wishes. Maybe you probably shouldn't do that. But the raw is the raw, and don't nothing feel like the raw. So that's just what that is. You know, maybe he was willing to risk that penicillin shot or whatever comes, the STDs that come with that, or impregnating somebody against their will. I'm not really talking about that. The whole point I brought up Joe Budden for this episode is there's one thing we have in common, and that's telling the truth, living in our truth. Now, I probably should have prefaced this by saying, I don't know Joe. To my recollection, I've never met Joe, even though I'm from New York City and I've been in all the parties back in the 80s and 90s, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, but I wasn't really that dude. I knew people that knew people, so I got in, right? The Tenor, the Rooftop, all the parties, Latin Quarters, all of this, right? I've been there, even Studio 54 when I was a young boy. Okay, I was out in them streets, and I knew heavy dudes. But I never wanted that attention. I never wanted to be that dude. I had 2 turntable, 2 technique joints in the mixer just for my fun. I never had those aspirations. Even the scramblers, getting money out there, I never wanted to do that. I like playing the back, which is why my picture ain't out here, which is why I really don't video the pod. I'm trying to blow up without being famous. Are there advantages to being famous? Yes. But for me, fame is a prison, especially when you reach a certain level of that shit where you can't go nowhere. I'm not trying to do that. I love my anonymity. I love it. But I'd like the Mike's Opinion podcast to blow up. Help me do that, by the way, while I'm on that. Support the show. Please like, share, comment, follow, do all that. If you got some change, go to the show notes. GoFundMe, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You want to send me a big box of cash? If you ball like that, shoot me email, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. I'll shoot you my address and I'll accept that from you. I need to grow the show. The vast majority of that, that's exactly where that will go. So I'd appreciate that. But truth. And like I said, I ain't saying Joe's a saint. I'm not saying he's not 100% forthcoming in all he does. It seems like that. Joe Budden will say, yo, are we being serious or are we podding? I'll never pod. I'm not saying shit for entertainment purposes. He's in the entertainment field as a self-proclaimed retired rapper. He's in this podcast space and doing well, enriching himself and his circle and provide entertainment. And apparently a lot of people listening because this stealthing thing in today's social climate, if you step out of bounds, like the pinky toe go out of bounds, you're going to get it. You're going to hear it. And there's a whole group of people that live for trying to seemingly hold people accountable, to be the watchdogs of speech. Because speech ain't really free no more, if it ever was. But the cost is high these days. Say what you believe for real, and motherfuckers is going to condemn you for it. Some people are going to condemn you for it. But at the end of the day, truth will always set you free. Because it is the truth. It's your truth. People say, oh, there's my truth. There's your truth. There's the truth. And the truth for Joe Budden, according to him, I wasn't there. I don't know, but he says there has been instances where he faked like he was putting on a condom. I'm not here to judge that man. Okay? We all make mistakes. Those without sin cast the first stone. So if you want to be, unless you Jesus, if Jesus existed, and if he was really the material, human, flesh and blood son of God, whoever made this whole shit, then you ain't Jesus. We've all done horrible shit. Humans do human shit. And as I've said in many other episodes, I do believe there's something fundamentally flawed with human beings. To be human is synonymous with error. That's what it means to be human. Human, you're going to fuck up. You done snuck some shit. You done lied. You done stole some shit. Some done murderous, done killed some motherfuckers, done injured. You done something bad to your kid, to your dog, to the flowers. We do shit like right now. Even at my age, and I'm longer in the tooth than Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? So when I refer you, I say, yo, that kid Joe, it's no disrespect. First of all, it's just how we talk in New York, even though I don't live in New York no more, but I'm born and raised there. My whole upbringing was there. I'm a New Yorker and always will be, regardless of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But it's literal too. I'm not saying he's my son or nothing like that, but son is another term of endearment. Anyway, the point is I'm older than Joe. I look and feel much younger. Well, I don't know about the look part, but I definitely feel, because right now, in the wintertime, I shave all my facial hair off. I want to shave my eyebrows off, pluck my eyelashes, but I don't go that far. But in the summertime, it's too fucking hot for these hair hats. These motherfuckers walking around because beards is all in style right now. I'm waiting for somebody prominent to flip the script and shave their whole shit off. But all these motherfuckers now is walking around looking like Grizzly Adams. My shit don't grow that fast. I could grow out the full shit. It would take me probably a year. But I don't, I wouldn't even let that shit get that long. Because you look homeless out this motherfucker. Now, shout out to some of the dudes, Ricky Ross, my man Khaled, Joe shit is alright. You know what I'm saying? Pause, cause I'm straight as they come, baby. So, hey, do you. I'm just saying I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But I can acknowledge another dude's beard on some hetero shit. But anyway, so for me, I'm saying all to say I got the facial hair right now, and that shit is gray as fuck. But shout out to my man Smitty in high school. He was 16. Nigga had gray hair. He's damn near 7 feet tall with gray hair. He wasn't hiding. He was a standout. But for most people, it ain't like that. It comes with age, or it comes with worry or stress. But age brings that upon you, and I got that. My wifey called it salt and pepper. I'm like, it's a lot of salt up in this motherfucker. It's a lot of salt. You know what I'm saying? But truth is the first reason why I mentioned Joe Budden, JPB show, you know what I'm saying, and what he's going through. Joe gets himself in trouble all the time. And that's what honest people do in today's climate, and period. Because when you are truthful with no filter like me, like my mom's, who is still with me, but she's declining. I love her to death. But, she says, yo, you need to gift wrap that shit a little bit. Add a little tact. You know what I'm saying? A little finesse to your shit. But I give it how I want it. In the words of ODB, ooh, baby, I like it raw. I like it raw, unfiltered, uncut, straight up. Tell me don't beat around the fucking bush. Don't try to put that shit all in nice work. Give it to me straight. And that's how I give it. And a lot of times, unintentionally, I hurt people's feelings. A lot of times, I'll divulge shit or say shit that maybe shouldn't have been said. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's me. Okay? I'm not one of them bullshit niggas. You know what I'm feeling. I'm out there. I'm straight up. So that's why I mentioned Joe Budden for the first reason. The second reason is, and look, I'm not a liar. Okay? When people see the Joe Budden's name in the title, I'm going to get more attention on my show. Huh? And people say, oh, then you dick riding you front. No, I'm telling you up front, that's what I'm doing. Okay? I'm trying to grow my show. A little over 2 years old now. It ain't blew yet. I didn't expect it to blow by now, frankly. I don't have but a minuscule marketing budget, which is literally non-existent. I'm just going to put it out there. Throw out some videos from time to time. I'm relying on you, the listener, to spread the word. Hopefully, it is insightful enough, substantive enough. It has enough substance, is what I'm saying. That's a word. Substantive or substantive. It has enough substance that it will interest you. Sadly, I'm trying to really reach the college and the NPR crowd first. Because what sells, what's moving, the packs that's moving right now is all bullshit. Fluff. Cats and motherfuckers dancing, like the dumbing down. I learned something recently that I thought was very interesting. So, TikTok, which is the platform itself is mad hot, right? It's owned by a foreign entity. I believe it is a Chinese-owned company. And the algorithm, which algorithms rule our whole shit right now, right? Terminator scenario, here we come when the computers and the AI get self-aware. That's a whole nother app. But these Chinese companies have the algorithm set when you open TikTok in America, or maybe even North America as a whole, but definitely in the United States, you are inundated and shown some bullshit. Total bullshit that doesn't enhance your mental, your life, your spirituality. It doesn't help you grow as a person. In fact, it stagnates you or sets you back. It's the dumbing down bullshit. In China, the algorithm, guess what they see? Educational shit, inspirational shit, good quality life enhancing shit. So, if you are the enemy of a country and you get the opportunity to introduce something very popular to your enemy's country, wouldn't it behoove you to put dumb shit in front of them, especially if it's their children and their youth that are watching that shit? Huh? I got a son that just turned 10. Y'all know that. And he was on an app a few years ago. I'm going to get him on another app. But it's a struggle because we fighting against the machines. We fighting against the iPad. And I hate saying brand names. We fighting against the tablet. I already said it. So please support the show, please. I'm not sponsored. We fighting against the tablet. We fighting against the phone. He ain't got no phone. He want a phone. Several of his cousins, his age got phones. No, we homeschool. What you need a phone for? No. But he got the Xbox, the PS5, the Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? He's got all the games, and we got, television. We got the channels and shit. So we fighting against this HD shit that suck you in, and I would not be surprised if there's subliminal signals in all of this shit. They're addicted. Whole generation. Me too. Last time I've asked this question before. When's the last time you took a shit or you went to the bathroom without your phone or your tablet in your hand? I'll wait. Try it. Sit there with your thoughts. I make a point to do that shit at least twice a week. I'm working on it. But I put a magazine rack in there now. I'll read something. Or just sit there with my thoughts and think about some shit, right? So these things that have made us addicted to dumb shit, some of it is masked as inspirational shit. But it's all to keep us tapping, clicking, because that's the currency right now. Tap, 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 and your email address. That is the currency. That's it. So, hypothetically, and I've been approached twice in a couple years on some bullshit. Well, let me rephrase that. Some low offers. I don't have the numbers, so I couldn't hate them. Okay, your ego want to be like, well, I'm me. Pay me more. I ain't there yet. But once I get to a certain amount of numbers, I will be approached for sponsorship. Or I would be more successful if I sought out sponsorship. Okay? And while that is not the main goal of my podcast, y'all already know, for those that don't know, first-time listeners, the long-time listeners know, the goal of this podcast, one, is to spread love, to spread good, to affect the world positively. The number two, which is a very close number two, is to leave an archive of myself for my future generations. Or my opinion on the things I think. So they will get to know their great grandpa Mike. This is him. They'll have more than just a photo to look at. They can listen to me and know maybe why they feel the way they do about something, because heredity is real. right? We pass shit down through our genes. Be like, yo, you just like your great grandpa Mike. Yeah, crazy as his ass was. But I ain't crazy. Like a fox. You know what I'm saying? So, to Joe Budden, if you happen to listen to this, to Ish, and damn, I still can't remember these dudes' names. I don't know why Ish sticks out. I guess because it's easy. Shout out to Joe Budden, Ice, Ish, and Parks. Those are the main dudes. Of course, the boys in the butt and all them dudes. As you can see, I'm a fan. They entertain me. I can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? As they say, I was outside. You know what I'm saying? I was outside. Mostly in the Bronx and Harlem, but I was outside. And I'm happy to have survived. Because I know a lot of dead people. I know a lot of incarcerated people. I know a lot of people that are addicted to the strong shit that ain't never going to recover. And I escaped all of that. So, I survived, I should say, all of that. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. And, I can't say I feel sorry for those that didn't, because the odds were stacked against us, and they still are. But the two reasons I wanted to talk briefly about Joe Budden is, one, like I said, I want to talk about truth, because I feel like I have that in common with dude. And it gets me in trouble just like he gets his ass in trouble sometimes. And I hope he gets past this. He said he was thinking about, taking his show offline and going strictly Patreon. Unless you was planning on doing that, Joe, don't let him do that. Don't let people dictate how you gonna move. Don't be reactionary. You should be able to survive this. But two, full transparency, Joe Budden's name's going to be in my podcast title, and I'm talking about him because the content is relative, and I would like to bring some attention to my pod. Hopefully you'll see and be intrigued enough to say, what else this motherfucker got to say? What else Mike got to say? And you will find some substance here. You will find some things that'll make you think. Hopefully you will also be entertained. Edutainment. Shout out to BDP and KRS. The first time I heard that term. Yeah. Moving on. You also saw in the title the word Wakanda. And for a lot of people, they're going to be like, what does Joe Budden have to do with Wakanda? Nothing. Joe Budden's segment is over. Right now, I'm talking about black people. My people. I'm talking about African Americans. I refuse to say the N-word, but you know what the N-word is. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about us. So, Black Panther 2 is coming out. And again, I did a whole episode about Chadwick Boseman, but I feel it's apropos to say rest in peace to Mr. Chadwick Boseman. You were gone too soon. We appreciate you. Where's Wakanda? Now, you'll be like, yo, Mike, Wakanda don't exist. Okay. I know it doesn't. It's a fictional place. I get it. The concept of Wakanda. Now, I'm not talking the super advanced technology, even though I think it already exists on this planet. You know, the magnetic levitation, the advanced propulsion systems, not props or, jet engines or rocket engines. We are just in our infancy regarding technological advancements that need to take us off planet. Even though I think we have them. I know for anybody that's long-term listening, I'm laughing because I know I've been promising the UFO series for a long time. And at this point, I just need to apologize. Okay. I am still working on it and I will release it. And if I don't, I may just scrap it and just go for it. But I have so many notes and so much research that I've done. I won't let it go to waste. But my point is, I think the UFO technology, we see these things zipping through the sky. Now the military wants to all of a sudden say, oh, acknowledgement. Some people think the government's going to put on a false flag, just like, 9/11 brought about the Patriot Act, that a false flag fake UFO event. We'll let them pass other restrictive laws or bring us to a one world order or a new world order or whatever. I'm not here to speculate about that at this time. I'm mentioning those advanced technologies because they were in Wakanda. They were in Black Panther. Wakanda had the advanced technology. Okay. Seemed to be a peaceful existence for the most part of all black people. Here's my question. And even though I've said it in other episodes, and I've said it even in this episode, that there's something fundamentally wrong with human beings, isn't the first step in solving a problem acknowledging that? How about we acknowledge that within ourselves, the savagery within us all? What's it going to take? How much time is it going to take for us to coalesce, for us to gel, for us to wise up? And more importantly, I want to make that question applicable to my brothers and sisters. Why we ain't ruling the planet? Why, after all of these years, just the decades that I've been alive, right, have we not instilled in young black men to stop killing each other and young black women to value something other than money and material possessions? Now, a lot of people gonna be like, yo, hold up, Mike, slow up. Look, this is the Mike's Opinion podcast. This is my opinion. I am Mike. Are all black men and women the same? No. Is it inevitable and unavoidable that a percentage, seemingly a large percentage, ain't about shit, are violent, are on drugs, are attracted to material shit? I'm the first to tell you, I'm from the hood. I'm from Harlem. Junkies in the staircase, piss in the elevator, gunshots every night, loud boom boxes, music. I was out there in it, making the noise. I believe me and my crew started blunts when the store was out of bamboo. Got that white owl, that garter. Can't even call it blunts back then. But anyway, may I be a pioneer in that. Me and my mans in them. But hey, I know what it's like to tote a gun when you're 13, 14 years old. I know what it's like to do dirt. I know what it's like to think that them British walkers I gotta have. You know what I'm saying? That rope, Dookie Duke rope chain, I gotta have it. You know? That leather goose bomb on swole, I gotta have it. Being attracted to these material things. There were wise ones that were young but wise. How and why haven't we transferred that knowledge to young? Still a lot of mamas raising these boys, right? Daddy then left. When I say where's Wakanda, it's the dream to me. Because we are smart. We are beaten down though. We are still suffering from outright legal slavery to today's disguised and hidden systemic slavery. But what will it take for us to flip? I know one thing that can help. I listen to hip hop a lot. I was in the streets when It was birthed when it was born, before the first record was ever cut. I was out there in the parks, in the jams, stealing power from the street light. I was out there. Okay. I've been, like I said, many of the places, many of the parties. I know some people whose names you would recognize personally. So, it didn't always start out with the gunplay. It didn't start out with that. There was battles, wordsmith battles. Now everybody wants to be a gangster and a killer and slinging them packs. You know, to this day, I can't tell you that I've heard a lot of Chance the Rapper who seems to be on some educational clean shit. Right? I don't see him getting mad airplay. And I'm sure there's gotta be others, but that's the only so-called clean rapper that I can think about. Right? Cause I'm from the streets. That gangster shit sound good. It sound fly. It's tough. It's banging. I get it. But why we can't talk about teaching our kids the ABCs? Why we can't talk about teaching our kids investing? Why we can't make that fly? Why we can't talk about, working out and eating healthy? Why we can't make that fly? Yeah. Why we can't talk about coming together and make that fly? Like, imagine for a second the Bloods, the Crips, all the street niggas. I said the N-word. All the street dudes decided to be security for black people. Imagine if we made a pact. All black people. I don't care who you are. You black, you down. I'm going to speak to every black person I see. What's up, brother? What's up, sister? I don't care about our beef. Yo, okay, it's got to stop somewhere, right? So instead of retaliating, you killed my man. Okay. Let's decide to stop killing each other. Okay? Let's stop right now, today, to say we are going to protect, provide, and grow and advance and move forward our people collectively. A lot of people say, yo, Michael, you're a dreamer. And that's on some racist shit. No. Let me correct you. First of all, dreams. We all live for them. We all have them. I'm not afraid to have this very ambitious, large, hopeful, utopian dream for black people. And I'm not racist at all. I love even the people that hate me. I don't hate nobody. I've said this before. Other episodes, even the people that want to hang me from a tree, that want to drag me from a bumper till my head pops off like they did Mr. James Byrd right here in Texas. May you rest in peace, Mr. Byrd. You hear me? I'm not racist. But I'm sick and tired of hearing, reading, watching about a 12-year-old gunning down a 13-year-old, two 15-year-olds shooting it out, 17-year-olds, all young black boys, watching First 48, and 80% of that shit is brothers, black men. Just, it ain't hopeless no more. I got a news flash for you. We got the tools. Remember the $6 million man? Well, probably none of y'all do. Only a few of y'all do. There's a show. Lee Majors played Steve Austin. He was an astronaut. His astronaut wrecked. Came back to Earth. He was toe up. Instead of letting him die, they said, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Guess what? We can rebuild us. We have the technology now. And I'm not talking about on no cult shit. I'm not talking about on no gang shit. I'm talking about on some kumbaya shit. Okay? About not putting our own self-interest first. So many things I think were wrong. God bless the child that's got his own. Look out for yourself. Smoke weed every day. No, and no. Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Dick Gregory. The list goes on and on. There's a list of people that sacrificed their lives for the advancement of black people. Let's all become them. Let's all look out for one another. It can start today. Let this shit spread. Wakanda for real. I know they say Wakanda forever, but I'm talking Wakanda for real. Why can't this happen? Tell me why. Oh, I know y'all got a whole long list. Niggas ain't shit. This person's selfish. We can't come together. We can't coalesce. Yes, we can. According to the census, if the census number was correct, we around 35 million strong in the United States alone. 35 million of us. Maybe more. I don't know if they released the 2020 census numbers fully. I usually do my research for my episodes. I didn't have to research because this everything I'm talking about right now I know. And I usually do a lot of research for all episodes. But this one comes straight from my heart. No research required. I know it's in my heart. So you tell me why this couldn't spread exponentially. Now, I'm not naive. I'm a realist. Yo, if you living in a rat and roach infested place, if you eating mustard sandwiches, if you are in a crime-ridden neighborhood, and frankly we all are. I don't give a fuck from Rodeo Drive to the south side of Dallas. Don't matter where you at. Crime is infiltrated all spaces everywhere. Ain't nobody safe nowhere. Keep your head on a swivel, be aware of your surroundings, and know how to know how to use that thing if you got it on you. However, even though I'm from the hood, I'm the first to tell you there are beautiful, wonderful people in the hood. What we call the hood is poverty-stricken ghettos where people are just looking to survive. But I'm telling you, I am here to tell you, had everyone in my projects that was black, and most of the people were, there was a lot of Puerto Ricans there as well, but it was predominantly brothers and sisters. Had we decided to pool our resources in them little grassy areas right in front of the building, had we decided to plant a garden, give everybody fresh vegetables and some fruits, had we decided to get off the hard drugs and use the recreational drugs recreationally. Like I said, I'm not judging. People doing what they need to do to survive and to get through. But we got to start somewhere if Wakanda is ever going to become a reality. It's going to take a conscious, collective effort from all of us. You're like, yo, Mike, come on. I got my day-to-day shit. I'm not trying to hear this shit. Hear it. Hear it. Little shit. Little bit. Yes. I am a dreamer. I am dreaming for one day us to come together, to stop killing each other over money and bullshit. I know why some of these dudes are attracted to gang life, even though it's a dead end for the most part. Now, hopefully there's some shit I'm unprivy to. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe behind the scenes, the Bloods, the Crips, and I just say those two. There's many other gangs, right? That they doing their thing big. A lot of these rappers, big old time rappers, navigate that space in popularity and richness and fame and still claiming sets. So maybe they organize behind the scenes. But the reason why I don't think that's true, I'll give you one example. George Zimmerman is still alive. These police officers, and I'm not advocating for violence or murder, but I am saying I live in a real world. We dramatize this shit all day in movies and TV shows. So what I'm saying is, if it was really about that thing, the minute these killers, these murderous policemen, who the evidence shows, the video evidence shows, you don't need a judge and a jury. You can see it plain as day. That wrong was done. Where they at? They'll kill a nigga in the hood. Huh? But you ain't killing nobody for your people. Right? You ain't doing nothing for your people. You'll kill your own people. Huh? Where are the ones that are smart, that are talented? We don't want to be cops, detectives, judges, politicians. We don't want to be none of those things. Let me rephrase that. Not enough of us want to be those things. We don't want to change the system from the inside. We want to bitch and moan about how the system still got us oppressed and how the system and the man is still running shit. Well, trust me, I'm telling you, they ain't going out without a fight. And once again, I need to reiterate, I am not advocating for any violence, and I am not a racist. At all. Wakanda needs to come to fruition because we need it. Because we deserve it. That's why. That's why. I don't know that they showed a whole lot of Wakandan everyday life. They showed its warriors and its leaders. It seemed like a good place. They showed a couple of times walking through the Wakandan markets and stuff. I ain't seen nobody snatching purses. I ain't seen nobody stabbing nobody. I ain't seen no gang members doing drive-by shooting up the whole house and killing 3, 4, 5, 6-year-olds. When is Wakanda going to come to fruition? How do we change the minds, the hearts, the mentality, the thoughts and processes of black people to look out for black people, to stop killing, especially the young? I can only tell you, I have a reputation for being kind. Some may say, yo, he was a punk. He was candy. He was soft. No, I wasn't. I have no male influences in my house, but I did fight when I had to. But to me, the smarter you are, the more you recognize how dumb violence is. You're dumb if you're violent, because violence is stupid. Sadly, with human beings and just existing on Earth, it is necessary. To my knowledge, the animals wasn't always against us. So you can walk and see a bear, that bear mind his fucking business, you mind your business. Now the bear be like, oh, human? Oh, I'm going to eat that. So you got to be violent to protect yourself, right? Sadly, there are mentally unstable or evil or violent human beings. And if you have the ability and the reflexes, you can protect yourself. And then a lot of times it requires violence, because I'm talking black people at this moment. As you know, long-term listeners, I would love to see worldwide utopia. I would like to see the whole planet change. Like right now, Putin and this Ukraine, like what's the point? What is the point? North Korea shooting missiles over Japan. What's the point? These violent acts, this human violence. What is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? I swear, I feel like I'm not from this planet sometimes. I'm a non-violent person. I only subscribe to it and tell wifey and I to tote that thing, and we go to the range and practice, and I've got booby traps and all kinds of weapons. Because when in Rome, you have to do what the Romans do. I am not naive. I'm not gullible. But I really would love to live in a world where I didn't have to have none of this shit. Where we can kumbaya and hold hands in a circle around the fire and sing in each of our little villages and live life with the land and be happy and calm and peaceful. I'm never going to stop this dream. I'm never going to stop this craving. I'm never going to stop this desire for peace. Rappers, actors, the famous people. I'm not trying to stop your bread, your brand, whatever you're doing. But could you please sprinkle a little bit of positivity in your shit? Could the gangster rap, hip hop community, I think they call it trill now, at least put one album on there not one album, one song on there that's hot enough, that talks about some positive shit. We are and have made progress. I would be remiss if I didn't say that. Not enough. Not enough. Dior, Birkin, Gucci. Who gives a fuck? As long as you closed. Lambos, Bentleys, Phantoms. Who gives a fuck as long as you get from point A to point B safely? How about putting that money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, in the projects? Find a family that's not on drugs, who's got some good kids, even if the parents are on drugs, who's got some kids that show some promise, but they broke. Sit that aside. Say they going to college. They getting a tutor. They're learning a second language. They're learning art in the form of music and all types of creative endeavors. Send them some healthy foods. But no. We got to stay fly. We got to stay fresh. We got to floss, right? Because that makes you feel good about yourself, right? Huh? They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. Was a line, I believe, from a Kanye West song. I don't have all the answers. I don't even know all the questions. And I'm not above anyone else. So, my hope is that this does not come across as being judgmental. This comes from a place of love, of being honest with myself and being exhausted about the constant diet of death that we are fed daily. You know, PNB, rock. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I don't have to go down the list. Rest in peace to PNB. Never met the brother. It's time for another song. It used to be the song called Self-Destruction. It ain't for self-destruction. Where the collabs like that at? Like we done gave up. Where the collabs with all the hottest artists of the day talking about societal issues and offering suggestions on how to dead these societal issues, these negative societal issues for our culture? Where that's at? A lot of people say, yo, you old heads, yo, like academics is talking about, you know, the dusty old dudes and, you know, LL shot back, you know, Russell Simmons shot back. And, you know, it wasn't a business back then, blah, 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 right? But there's some significant differences. And I'm not saying that, the newer dudes is whack. Okay? I'm not saying that. Even though I feel some of them shits is whack. But anyway, I feel some of the old school joints was whack. You know, there's some shit that I just wasn't vibing with, like Tribe Called Quest. I just wasn't feeling them. There's a lot of people that love them niggas. I just wasn't feeling their music, most of their music. You know, a couple joints was good. Vibrant Thing, I think that was just Q-Tip by itself. Anyway, these differences are many, but one of them I'm pointing out right now is like that song, Self-Destruction. Where the collabos like that for the culture and for the people? It's too complicated to put something together like that right now, right? Like, I don't know. I don't even know all these there's so many young dudes. I don't even know their name. Like Baby, the Lil Baby. I know Wayne, Jay-Z, they still being listened to. Like everybody's talking about Jay-Z's verse on, I think it's God Did, you know, Khaled's project. I'm saying, where's the collabos like that for the people, for black people? Where's that? That's one big difference I don't see clever, educational, edutainment being played nowhere. You gotta seek it out. I'm assuming it's out there. Shouldn't be hard to find. It should be dominating airwaves, and I know a lot of people don't even listen to terrestrial radio no more, right? Everybody listening to their own joint. Tidal, Spotify, Apple, and the others. There's many others, right? Once again, I'm not sponsored. I hate saying all of these names. It's free advertising, but it is what it is. But where's the collectivity? Where's the collectiveness in our people? Where are we? We on IG? We on TikTok? That's where it's living right now, and everybody's out for themselves to see how many likes, how many follows they can get. Come together right now over me. I'm Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.